Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I decided to break this video so that at least you're not watching for a whole 30 minutes and you can choose which video you want to watch around how I'm ending my year 2021. So I'm going to quickly run through 6 questions that I'm using to better my review of the year. You can ask this to yourself. I thought they were so brilliant, and these are questions you can even ask yourself in January just as you look back on the year that we have just ended. So these questions, I got them from Sarah Jakes Roberts. She posted from someone else's page, so I just went to the page and I copied the question that I wanted to respond to. So here goes. So the first question is, what did 2021 teach me about myself? 2021 made me appreciate myself a whole lot more. It taught me that I'm brave and I'm strong. It really taught me that I'm brave and I'm strong. There's so many things that I was working on, like 2 formal jobs, couple of projects running, ideas, and launching a book, writing it and then launching it, etc. So it really taught me that I am brave and I am strong, because that took a whole lot from me, but it never stopped me from pursuing my goals. And even with wanting to achieve those major milestones in my year, there were still things that I had to face, like just wanting to sleep in, like the little things, guys. I had to battle the little habits that wouldn't bring these ideas to come to pass. So that was quite exciting, to see myself brave through all the things that I had to face to bring my dreams and my goals to fruition. So that's something that 2021 taught me. And really, another thing that 2021 taught me is that you have to just keep pushing for your goals, that there's so much happening with social media that you can easily get lost in what did so and so do, that sometimes you just have to come back and say, okay, what are you doing? What's your feed, or what's your page looking like really, like what's your life all about? So it really taught me to continue to come back to myself and say, what are you doing? What are you working on? What are you improving? What can you do better? So that's something that I learned about myself in 2021, and what 2021 taught me. The second question is, what do I need to accept about myself and the other people in my life? What do I need to accept about myself is that I'm not perfect. I used to like saying I'm a perfectionist, but I decided that I was just continuously caging myself into a little box. But I need to just accept that I'm not perfect, that I'm a progressive human being, that as long as I'm waking up today and I'm trying to be better communicator, to be a better girlfriend, to be a better sister, to be a better cousin, to be a better reader, to be a better coach, as long as I'm doing that, that's the most important thing. So that's something I'm learning to accept about myself. And then about other people around me is that everyone's just doing their very best with what they have. Like, it's so easy to want to walk up to people, especially when I wear the coaching hat, to want to walk up to people and say, you could do this better. Sometimes they're already doing the best they can. Like, geez, let people live their lives. So that's something I'm learning to accept, that I had to accept in 2021, that before I go out to say, you could do this better, or you need to be reading this book, just remember that people are already dealing with so much and they're just trying to do their very best. If they do need help, they will come to you if they need your help. But as and when it's necessary to reach out and assist someone and provide, I actually realized it's better to gift someone with something than to continue to say, oh, you could do that better. No, just gift them with it and let them decide if they want it or not. That's something I learned in 2021 and I had to accept. The third question is, how do I cope with uncomfortable feelings and situations? We all have to agree that 2021 came with a lot of uncomfortable feelings and situations, and we all had to deal and live through them. So how do I cope? How did I cope with uncomfortable feelings and situations? That I just lived through them. I was patient with myself to say, today I'm not feeling like getting any work done, and I walked before bashing myself to say that's being lazy, that's being blah blah blah, all the tough things that we say to ourselves. I then realized that, Irene, just speak to yourself nicely. You don't need to be hard on yourself. Just understand that today you're just feeling tired because you slept late, and how can you I learned to talk myself through situations before I try and smash and shout at myself for not wanting to get up and get some things done. So how did I cope, and how do I cope with uncomfortable feelings and situations? I sit through them and I talk myself through them. what does this mean? Why is this happening? What can I learn from this? Okay, am I going to learn from that? And who can help me through this? So it was talking myself through those situations. Why am I feeling sad? Why is this making me feel sad? And what does this feeling say about me? And what does this feeling say about this situation? etc. I actually ended up dealing a whole lot more with the feeling that I continued to have, and it was through walking through it and now going actually to research more about it to say, why do I feel like this? Why do I feel sad when this happens? Or why do I feel excited when this happens? Or why do I feel teary when someone says this? So walking through those emotions and feelings with myself and talking myself through them was really, really helpful. The fourth question is, what has been a barrier to me completing my goals, and how I remove the barrier? I thought of removing this question because it's a tough one, because you really have to be honest with yourself. I think looking into when I was doing December, the month of December theme of becoming, one thing that I was telling myself that I want to become more of is consistent and disciplined. Because if I'd been consistent with certain things like my health and my fitness and my running and exercising, my body would be looking completely different right now. If I was consistent with my meal plans, etc., my body would be looking completely different. I'll be feeling completely different. I'm not worse. I'm not where I was last year, but I would have been somewhere else if I was just consistent and more disciplined. So that's something that I'm really working towards in this coming year, to say I just need to become more consistent and more disciplined. Like, what does discipline look like to me? What does consistency look like to me? So that's something I'm going to be working on in January, and I can't wait to share the feedback on how it goes. So that's the barrier. So really, how am I removing it? It's just I'm going to be more intentional about telling myself that you've got to fix consistency, you've got to fix discipline. Planning on getting like a whole wallpaper for my room that just reminds me that consistency and discipline are the keys to you accomplishing the things that you actually want to accomplish. So yeah, that's a barrier I face, like just complacency sometimes and just procrastination. Those are my biggest barriers. So I said 2022, we're gonna be more disciplined. I said in December, we're gonna be more disciplined and we're gonna be more consistent whenever we can. And then question number 5 is, what limiting beliefs do I need to let go of? Limiting beliefs is that I'm not ready. That's a belief that I've held on to for a very long time, and it comes from having not done the conventional way of learning, of saying after high school you go to uni and then you start working. I did in primary and in high school. I'd already started working. So over the years, I've always just felt like I wasn't ready because I didn't go to university. I didn't get the cap that people get when they graduate and all the nice pictures. So I always felt like I wasn't ready for anything, really. Like I was like, I'm not yet ready. Like, push me into something, I'll be like, nope, I'm not yet ready to do that because I don't have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a limiting belief I want to let go of, because I don't think anyone is ever ready. I think you work yourself towards being ready for you to receive something. You build capacity. So it just depends on how I'm working on building capacity to receive the things that I want to receive or to do the things that I want to do. So there's nothing like being ready. There's something like building capacity. So I'm gonna replace I'm not ready with I'm building capacity, or I'm becoming more expectant, but really most importantly, I'm building capacity. That's the most important thing that I'm going to be saying to myself. Instead of me saying I am not ready, say I'm building capacity. So if I'm building capacity, I'm going to step into it, and the capacity is going to be built as I do it. That's me in 2022, because I'm not going to sit and wait for things to happen. I'm just going to be able to want to step into things and actually work on them. So that's me. And then the last question is, what boundary do I need to implement to improve my peace in 2022? Improve my peace. I really think I neglected my morning routine a lot this year. So I would walk into certain days already frustrated or feeling like I'm not doing enough, just because I didn't take the time to do the things I needed to do, which is my morning routine includes exercising, it includes exercising, it includes studying the word, and it includes reading. That's why I've established my little library right next to me, because I used to have my desk there, and I said no, I don't want to wake up and work before I get a book, I get my Bible, I journal, and then I can start the day. So that's something that I said intentionally, I'm setting this up so that I can actually really focus on sticking to my morning routine, because I know how important it is. So that's a boundary I'm setting. I'm setting for myself, not even for other people, to say when I wake up, before I do anything else, I need to tick off: did I exercise? Did I read? Did I journal? Did I read my Bible? Did I do my devotion? So that's a boundary I'm setting to say, you can't start the day, you can't say there's anything else that's more important than you centering yourself before you actually can give out to the world. So that's a boundary I'm setting, that no Instagram, no Facebook, no good morning message. I don't know how he's gonna feel about that, but yes, no good morning message before I center myself and say, am I ready to kickstart the day? So that's something that I'm gonna be working on. That's a boundary I'm setting. So these are my 6 questions that are helping me review the year. This was so exciting. This was quite enlightening. Even when I was preparing my responses for this question, I was like, this is good. I wish I could do this every month, so that I continuously reminding myself of what needs to happen, what needs to change as I look forward to the new year. So yeah, guys, that's the 6 questions. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like and share it, and also take time to respond to the very same questions.